SQL date functions. Learn date functions of SQL like getDate, SysDateTime, getUTC date, year, month, day, datename, DatePart, DateAdd, date difference, and converts, and various other date functions of SQL. Hi, this is Samir sir, solution architect and IT trainers having experience of 37 plus years in IT certification training, software and hardware solutions. So let's learn SQL date functions. Now getDate function is used to retrieve the current system date and time from the SQL server. So whatever SQL server you are working on, this will display current system date and time. For example, if I'll say select get date, open bracket and close bracket. Once I type these functions and once I execute this query, it shows that today's system date and time which is in a SQL server is 9th January 2023 and time is 11 AM 23 minutes and 28 seconds. Okay. You can also perform some calculations on it. Likewise, suppose let's say if I'll say select get date, and if I say select, and if I write like this way, today is equal to single quote, comma, get date. Now if I'll write this function, let me show you the answer of these two queries. In the first one, it displays the answer without column heading name. In the second one, it will display today in the first column, and second answer it will display in the second column. Now you can also perform calculations on date. Likewise, suppose if you want to find out, you want to add some date. So let's say if I give another query like 15 days from today is equal to single quote, I'll give comma, get date plus 15. Let me execute this query. So what it will do? It will show you today is 9th January 2023 and 15 days from today it will be 24 January 2023. You can change the date also. Let's say if you say 30, let me change the remark also. This is remark. Okay, so it will add 30 days in today and it will display the answer. Today is 9th January 2023. 30 days from today will be 8th February 2023. You can add, you can subtract it also. Let me show you days before today. If instead of plus, if I'll say minus, so that will show you 30 days before today was 10th December 2022. I hope you have got the meaning and use of the date functions. Now there is a similar function like get date. Query number 118 is system date and time. The difference in system date and time is in the get date function it will display answer in hour, minutes, second and millisecond, whereas system date time will display answer in the nearest nanosecond. Let me show you. If I say select sys date time, probably we may not be having so use for nanosecond, but in some scientific applications it might be helpful. Hour, minute, second and millionth of second of the nanosecond. I don't think so we are going to work on any application as of now where we have to work with the millionth of fractions of a second, but as a part of the functions I'm showing you. Query number 119 is get UTC date. Now UTC stands for, it will give you a Greenwich Mean Time date. These functions, see, once I say select get date, and let me show you select get UTC date. There are two functions I am showing you, select get date and select UTC date. Let me show you. The first answer is current time as of now in India. That's a 9th January 2023. Current now time is 11:27 AM. Now UTC time, that's a Greenwich Mean Time. India is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. So from this time, this tip depends on the country in which you are working, and depending upon the time zone which you have selected, from the current time it will deduct 5 hours and 30 minutes in India. So it means that when there is a 12 noon at Greenwich Mean Time, we will have 5:30 PM in India. So if you have to work on some of the applications where you have to work on a Greenwich Mean Time, you can use function get UTC date. Now things like you have got it. Query number 120. Now let's suppose now we want to work with the year functions. Year. Now year function will require, see, these works as an independent function. Get date, system, sys date time, get UTC date works independently. Whereas here we have to provide some date functions or date field. So if we'll say select year from the get date, there are two functions I am using. So it will display the answer is 2023. It can also work on not only system date time, it can also work with like this. Suppose if I want to find out, select year of, suppose if I have entered some date like this way, 2018 dash 10 25, I'm just writing some normal date in a format of year, month and day. So it will display the year is 2018. You can also display data here from the data from particular table. For example, if I say select invoice number, invoice date, comma year from invoice date from sales. So this is the way it will work with the invoice number 101. The date is 22/10/01. The year is 2022. All the things are in year. Now this will be useful when you want to find out some year from the birth date, join date, 100 and 121 will be to display data from sales or any particular table. Now this query is extremely useful when you want to find out and work with some date. So I can say select star from sales. Let me show you first normal query. Select star from sales. Now here for this table, we have entered data only for one particular year. But if you have got a big database where you have got multiple years and multiple transactions from different year, then this will be useful like the select star from sales where year from the invoice date. This will give you integer number, that is 2022. Now here we have got only one particular year. Remember, if you have got a table which has got thousands and millions of records with multiple year, if it's a birth date, you want to find out who was born in one particular year. So you can find out here for particular table where you have entered data in date format. This command, this function will give you data to find fetch information year wise. Like here, we have got next function, that is month. So fetch the data for month wise. So if I'll say select month from, if I'll say get date, there are two functions. I'm using opening two bracket and closing date. So today is January, so it will display 1. It will display numbers from 1 to 12. All right. So let's assume likewise, if we want to copy this query, suppose if I'll say instead of here, if I'll say find out the month from this date, so it will display, it's a 10 YYYY MMDD. Likewise, if you want to find out and work with the month, control V, instead of here, if I'll say month, so it will display answer like this way. Invoice number, invoice, all the data we have entered for 10th month only. Fine. Now how we can use this function? We can use this function to fetch the data. So query number 123 is to display the data from sales where we have got one particular month. So we can say select star from sales where month in the bracket invoice date is equal to, let's say, 9 month. Let's find out whether we have got any data for 9th month. No, we don't have any data for 9th month. Let me find out whether we have got data for 10th month. Yeah, we have data for 10th month. So this is way how we can work. Now query number 124 is to display the data for day wise. Like we have got year, month, the next function is day. So if I say select day from get date functions, today is 9th January, so it will display 9th. Likewise, if I'll copy about to query, let me copy it and paste it. Instead of month, if I'll say day, it will give you a numeric number from 1 to 31. And if I'll say day, let me show you first this result. Okay, this is YYYY, year, MM, month and DD. Likewise, if I'll give this function, so this is first October, 2nd October, 15th October, 16th October, 7th. This will give you number from 1 to 31. Okay, so query number 125 is to display data from sales table depending upon the particular day. So we can say, let's say copy this query, or we can say write select star from sales where day from the invoice date. This is if used to find out whether you have got particular sales on particular day or what. So let's say if I give like 16 invoice day, find out on 16th, how many transactions we have made? So we have made one transaction for 16. Similarly, if I say 10, let me find out we have got any transaction for 10th day. No, we don't have. Let's say 15. So we have got one transaction for day. So I want you to go to this particular screen. These are the different date abbreviations which we'll be using for date functions like date name, date add, date difference. So just understand, whenever you want to refer word year, you can abbreviate and use it like YY or YYYY. It gives you year in number. If you want to find out and work with a quarter, you can use the abbreviation QR, QQ or Q. It gives you quarter of the year. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4. First quarter will be from 1 to 3 months. Second quarter will be 4, 5, 6 months. Third quarter will be 7, 8, 9 months. And fourth quarter will be quarter for month number 10, 11 and 12. Month will give you month in string, or it will give you month in number from 1 to 12. Day of a week, it will give you day of a week in a number. Day, it will give you day of the month in number. WK or WW will give you week in number. Weekday, DW, this will give you week in name string. HH stands for hour, MI stands for minute, SS stands for second, MS stands for millisecond, microsecond and nanosecond. That's it. So query number 126, date name. Now if we say select date name from the bracket, if we say year, find out year from get date is year. So this will display year. Function is same. It will give you year. Similarly, let me copy this query. Control V. If we say QQ, QQ will give me answer in quarter. What is a quarter? This is the first quarter. Instead of remark year, I'll say quarter, QUA, quarter. So this will give me which quarter. There are 4 quarters. It gives you number from 1 to 4. First quarter will be if a month is between January, February, March. Second quarter will be from April, May, June. Third quarter will be from July, August, September. And fourth quarter will be from October, November and December. Okay. Now let's suppose if I want to find out, if we'll copy this query, Control C, Control V. Instead of QQ, if I say MM, MM will give answer in month. Select the query, execute it. This will give you January. Okay. Similarly, Control V, DY will give day of year. Let me show you this. Today is 9th. Similarly, if I'll give Control V, if I give DW, today in CHAR character. So this will give me today is a Monday. Similarly, HH will give you hour. The current time, from current time it will extract hour and will display only hour. Right now it is 12 PM. And similarly, MI will give you minute. Okay, fine. Query number 127. Now using date function, above date function, to display day and month in character. So what we'll say, select invoice number, invoice date, comma, let's say date name from, if you want to find out DW from invoice date is day name, comma, date name, invoice date is month from sales. Let me execute the above query and just see the results. It will display invoice number, invoice date. Now if you want to find out these first 1/10/2022 was which day, so here we can use date name. DW will give answer in character, day in character. Similarly, date name, will give you this part, this 10 was from which particular month. So it will give you answer in character. So if you want to find out that 2nd October 2022, so it was Sunday. Similarly, 15 October 2022 was Saturday. So this will help you to extract data from table like this way. Now the next function is DatePart. DatePart is similar to DateName, but there is some difference. DateName will give answer in character, whereas DatePart will give answer as an integer. Now let me copy the query. Let's see. Control V. So if I execute this query, it say first is a 2022 year, or YYY it gives you 2022 first quarter, first month, day in number 9, month, day of a week in number, similarly hour and minutes. If it is giving me all the same answer, then what is the difference between DateName and DatePart functions? So this is the answer for query number 129. What is the difference between DateName and DatePart? See, DateName will give you answer in a character, whereas DatePart will give answer as a integer. Let me show you the result. Let's say I'm saying select DateName from from the getDate is month. Okay. Similarly, let us see if I am saying select date part get date is month. Let me show you these two answers. Can you find any difference? Here it is giving you, the first one it is giving you answer as a January, whereas here it is giving answer as a month. Similarly, if I try answer like this way, select date name get date plus date name get date as a string join, whereas if I'll copy the query and if I paste it, select date part get date date part. Now this will be integer addition. Let me show you the answer. So here in the first one, the answer, it will join, it will not add January plus January, it will join it, January. The first one, date name will give answer as a string join, whereas in the second, month from the current date, today is a January month, so for the January month the numeric number will be 1 plus 1, it will give answer integer addition as a 2. Similarly, if I'll give, let me copy the query, Control C, Control V, instead of month, if I'll say year, and similarly here if I'll say year, now we are working with the date name functions and date part functions. See, in the first one, year is 2023, so here in the first answer, in the first select query, it is joining two string 2023, it is date name will give answer as a string means character, so this is not a numeric number, it is 2023 string plus 2033, it is joining two string, whereas in second one it is answering giving in the integer part, so 2023 plus 2023, that gives a numeric integer addition. This second part, date part function will give answer as an integer, whereas date name will give answer as a string functions. I hope you are getting it. Now query number 130 is to add a date. Query number, next function is a DateAdd functions. Now if you want to find out what will be the addition, so let me first select some 2-3 query, Control C, let me paste it over here, select get date as this is a normal, this will show you today's date. Today is a 9th January 2023. Now if I'll say DateAdd, I want to add year and 2. Let's say if I want to add in the year 2 year, so in a date from the today's date add 2 year, That is 2 years after today, it will be 2025 January 09. Suppose if I want to subtract, so if I'll say DateAdd, I want to work and perform operation on the interval. I want to work on interval year. So here is the interval. What number I want to add? I want to add a number or subtract number. So I want to add 3 years from today's date. So 3 years before today was 9th January 2023. Similarly, if I want to work with the month, so I'll select this query, execute it. I want to add into current date month, 2 month I want to add. So 2 months after today will be 9th March 2023. Today is what? Today is 9th January 2023. 2 months from today, it will be 9th March 2023. Similarly, I can subtract it also. Let me subtract. Let's say, if I'll say 2 months before today, Control Z, something has gone wrong. Okay, let me show you. So 2 months before today was 9th October 2022. Similarly, if I want, this is the way if you want to work with the year addition or subtraction, month addition or subtraction, day addition or subtraction. Let me show you two answers. Okay, 3 months from today will be, before today will be 9 October 2022. 2 days before today, it will be, no, it will not be before today, after today, it will be after today. After today, let me select two query, execute it. 2 days after today will be 11th January 2023, and 3 days before today will be 6th January 2023. So this is a way how you can add year, subtract year, add month, subtract month, add day or subtract month. Now, how you will use these functions in a regular database, that is actually a most useful thing. Suppose you are giving some credit periods. So how you will be using this function to work out and find out due days. Let's suppose if I am giving select star from sales. If I'll say select star from sales, it gives me all things. Suppose now we want to find out what will be the due date. If you are giving 30 days credit period or if you are giving 60 days grace period. So if you want to find out, select star, comma, I want to add DateAdd, I want to add 30 days. So that will be, I want to say day, comma, 30 days, and I want to add it into invoice date from sales. So suppose if I'll give this function like this way, execute it, it tells you, okay, it has gone out of the field. Let me show you something like this. Let me first DateAdd, comma, star from sales. Okay, so the invoice date was 1st October 2022. If we give 30 days grace period, so the payment due date will be 31 October 2022. Similarly, on this date, it will add 30 and it gives you 1st November 2022. So on the whatever is invoice date, we have added 30 days credit period, grace period. This is considered as a, what it is? It is due date. Due date with 30 days due date. 30 days due date. Let me show you the answer. Days due date from this date. If this is the invoice date, the due date will be 31st October 2022. This is 1st November 2022, 14 November 2000. On whatever is date, this date, we have added 30 days. Let's suppose if you want to go to 60 days credit period. So what will be the query? Let me select the query, copy it, Control V. Instead of 30 days, I am now offering 60 days query. So let me give 60 days from, by adding 60 day into the invoice date, it gives you, if your invoice date is 1st October 2022, if you give 60 days due date credit period, so the payment due date will be 30 November 2022. This date 1st December 2022. So from this date, we have added 60 days into the invoice date. If we add 60 days into this invoice date, this is due date. Likewise, you can add or subtract also. Suppose if there is some calculations which you want to find out, you can subtract it. Like, let me copy the query, minus 30, and this is order date. Let's assume that before order date was 30 days prior to that. The function will be dated only. We want to add in day, but instead of plus number, we are subtracting 30 days from the invoice date. So this will give you earlier date. Let's suppose this order date was 1 October 2022. Likewise, You can add or subtract likewise. Okay, I hope you have got it. Now, next query is to work with the date difference. Okay, so query number 132 is a date difference. Date difference will give you difference between two dates. You have to specify two dates and you want to find out year, month or day. Let us say if you want to find out, select, if you want to find out the total number of year, date difference, I want to find out year from, let's say India become independent on 1947 on 08 August, that is 15th August, India become independent, and between today, that is the get date, how many years have passed? Yes, years after independence. Let's see this query. DIFF. There is one word, one alphabet is missing. DIFF. So between 15th August 2047 and today, 47 years have been passed. Let me copy the query. Let me paste it. Suppose instead of year, if I want to find out how many month has been passed, month after independence. So it is 905 month. Similarly, if I want to find out days, this day after independence, control V. Let me copy all these three query in one shot and show you the answer. From 15th August 1947 till today, 76 years has been passed. Month after independence, 905 months has passed, and total 27,541 days has passed after the independence. Okay. Similarly, if I want to find out what are the total number of days that has been passed after, so now this is our last date functions. Okay, so if I want to find out the difference between the invoice date and today, so if I say select date difference, day, invoice date is overdue by comma star from sales. If I'll write this query, select date difference, day, invoice date and get date. Okay, let me select the query and execute it. So from 1st October 2022, it has been overdue by 100 days. From 2nd October 2022, it has been overdue by 99 days. What this function is doing, from the current date, what is current date? Select get date. If I'll show you this two answer, today is 9th January, it will deduct this date and it will give you integer number. I hope you have got some of the date function. Fine. Now query number 134 is to use convert functions. Convert function is used to convert data from one type to other type data. Remember, when you are converting from float or numeric to an integer data, the convert function will truncate the results. Whereas for other conversion, it will round the results. Let's see the query for this. Let me show you. Select. Let's see. I want to convert the data into integer. Let's say the data is 25.65. Now this is a decimal type data. I want to convert 25.65, which is decimal data, into integer. So let's see what is the results. So this function will give you answer 25. It has truncated. It has transferred the results from 65 to only integer results. Similarly, if I say select convert, let's say I want to convert this 31 into money. So this, it will transfer the 31 which was integer, it is converted into money using 2 decimal. Using these convert functions, we can use to convert date into different formats. So using the convert functions, I want to display date into different format, like let's say different country will display date in different formats. So if I want to display date in a format of YYYY slash MM slash DD, or MM that stands for month slash DD day slash YYYY, or DD slash MM slash YYYY. Before showing you this, if I say select star from sales, so if I show you this, if I say execute, it gives me answer into different format, YYYY minus sign MM, let's say month slash 01. I want to show it into YYYY slash MM slash DD, this format. So let me show you the query. Using this convert function, we can use it like this way. So my query will be select invoice number, comma, invoice date, comma. Now I'm using convert function. Convert. What I want to convert? I want to convert first of all date into varchar. Varchar. What is the input? Input will be coming from invoice date, comma. If I say 111, comma, let's say item description also, description, comma, net amount from sales. Select invoice number, invoice date, item description from sales. Let me select this query and execute it. Now see the actual invoice date, the earlier invoice date, it was showing like this 2022 minus sign 10 minus 11. Using these convert functions, which convert function? This convert function. The new formatted date, it is showing into the format of YYYY slash MM slash DD. You can write it down. This is a very important query. Very important query. It converts the results into, like, if you want heading, you can give the heading like this, date. Let me show you the query results. See, the new date format result is this way. Let me show you. This is showing answer into YYYY, then MM, that is month, and then day. Suppose if I want to display data into format of MM, DD, YYYY, the whole query will remain same. Instead of 111, you just have to write down 101. Let me show you this result. Now it will show month first, then day, and then year. See, original invoice date, it is showing like this way. Here it is showing the results in a format of month first, second part, month first, then day, and then year. Extremely useful. Let me copy this query, and I want to show the next results. I want day first. In India and UK, we show day first, then month, and then year. So in that case, you have to write your query instead of 101, you just have to write 103. Extremely useful. Copy this query and try it out. Now it will display day first. See, without formatting, without converting data, it is showing the date in a different format, like YYYY minus month minus day. Using this convert function, it convert invoice date into varchar, and by formatting it, it will display DD slash MM slash YYYY. Extremely useful query in India. Earlier format, it will display data into the YYYY slash MM slash DD. This is not acceptable and not understood by most Indian people. Okay. Now let us see a different type of format for date. Suppose if I don't want to format the date like YYYY slash MM slash DD, or MM slash DD slash YYY, or DD slash MM slash Y. This is the format which we use. Let us see some another query. I want to display data in form of DD full stop MM full stop YYYY. So let me copy the query first. Okay. Let us see. Extremely useful. Instead of 103, now we just write 104. Select invoice number, invoice date. Now this convert function will transfer invoice date into varchar, and by formatting it to 104, it will display the date in a format of DD full stop MM full stop YYYY. Let's see the results. See, DD full stop MM full stop YYYY. Similarly, if you want to convert into YYYY full stop MM full stop DD, use convert format with 102. Let me show the results. Fine. So I hope you have got it.